Oh, I found this in my drawer.
A little H&M.
Let's see what I got.
How's it going, everybody? Lucas Widman live from the TMZ Newsroom for another day of TMZ Sports. It is Tuesday, and we got a lot for you. We're going to kick things off with the biggest news in the NBA. Finally, some would say, Nico Harrison is out as the Mavericks GM. All the reaction to that, break it down a bit for you. And we also have an interview with a champ, Dancing with the Stars champ, but a champion nonetheless, Rashad Jennings, breaking down the firing of Brian Dable.
By the way, speaking of, I think he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars tonight again.
So as this is airing,
Yeah.
could be, if you have a 2 TV setup, you'll be good.
Don't watch Dancing with the Stars and watch us.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we are going to talk about Sydney Sweeney and how she was open to the idea of being in a charity boxing match. There is one female boxer who calls herself the GWOAT, who wants to be in her corner for that, is offering her assistance. So a lot to get into today.
I really don't want to call. We're trying to figure out how much
And
she's on
we
the
talk
stick
about Mojo's athletic supremacy as well.
Yeah, Mojo. So what happened? So Mojo and Luca made a bet yesterday as the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles squared off on Monday Night Football.
And what was one of the most exciting Monday Night Football games of the season.
An
That's true.
offensive outpouring by both teams. No, it was there wasn't much offense in the game. The Eagles win the game 10-7, missed field goal. What was it? 60? What was the field
64.
goal?
200 yards, I think it was.
It looked like it.
200-yard field goal to tie the game missed by the Packers.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was, the first one was okay before whatever debacle happened after the first kick.
Yeah.
The second one was one of the worst kicks I've ever seen.
It's funny because you almost expect that, it's like 64 yards. You expect them to make it.
Yeah, at this point, like, I was sitting there talking to like this random dude next to me, being like,
He's gonna
"Man,
make
we're
it."
going overtime." Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
that
but it
game
was
went to
cold
overtime.
and it was rainy too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a big, as someone
Absolutely.
who kicked in high school.
Did you kick in high school, Mojo? I didn't know that.
you remember you got the?
I kicked and punted in high school. I have records, no big deal. And then I was, my first 2 years of college, I did kickoff after safety and backup punter. And backup kicker as well.
They were like, you are too big to be the punter and the kicker. You guys.
I noticed every year my mobility would go way down, so it was like taking yards off of my kicks. For whatever reason that was.
You're massive and you got like 10-yard range.
At least we had a true 11th defender after the ball was kicked.
Yeah, there you go. Right?
Well, I did my push-ups.
Yep.
I do want to put on record, though, that I did say on the show yesterday I thought the Eagles were going to win.
Okay.
But I accepted the bet nonetheless.
Right,
because
and you
that's
paid
the
it off.
competitor that I am.
Yes.
You paid it off like the honest man that you
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
And I completed the push-ups in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, you did it really quick.
That was insane. Yeah.
I didn't know what all I heard was like grunting off camera. Didn't exactly know what was happening.
That wasn't the push-up. But yes, that's what
Anyway.
we're doing. I wanted to do them live on the stream. I thought that would be better for the show.
Yeah.
However,
We have constraints.
logistically, this is difficult, even though I literally did the push-ups right under
there.
my feet
We have
right
logistic constraints.
Mm-hmm.
Logistical constraints.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but
Oh, I like that picture there. I'm looking at your background, Mojo.
Here. Which one?
And you, upper right. Yep. Yep.
Oh, with the helmet?
Yeah, right above.
You've never
That was
seen
my
that?
plaque.
I have seen that.
It's been there forever.
No, I have never examined the background.
really,
Never.
I feel like every time Mojo goes on, I kind of start to
I
analyze
never
the
have
background.
looked. Of course, that's. Oh, there.
wow.
Oh,
man.
ooh, what's this?
Yeah, there's a whole other collection. What's that?
I know. Push-up definitely could have been done. We're learning now. What's that, Mojo? Bob Ross. I'm loving that.
So during COVID, one of my friends was out of work, so she started doing paintings to pay the bills.
Oh, I like it.
So I was like, hey, draw me something like Mojo is Bob Ross. So she drew that,
I love
and she
it.
did an amazing job with it.
I love
so
that.
then,
That's awesome.
as a birthday gift one year, my one buddy had this really big artist out here. His name's Jason Skeldon.
Okay.
And he got him to make me like a big whatever for my birthday. So he's like, "What do you want?" So, and I couldn't think of anything, so I said, "Make me a picture of my picture." So that's why these two things look pretty much the same.
I love it.
Make me a picture of
Make
it.
me a
That's
picture
great.
of my picture.
And I'm
next
holding
year.
the picture. How do I point to where you guys can
Which
see
you need
it?
to keep doing. You need to keep doing that now every year, and it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
becomes like
See how
another.
many more you
know
can
what I
get.
mean? Like a
Inception.
picture of a picture of a picture. I think that's what we
Exactly.
need to do.
Bo, Dylan, Jennifer, Broken
Who's here?
BB.
We've
How's
got-
it going,
We
guys?
got we have regulars.
We got Jen, regular Broken BB, regular Bo.
How about
regular.
2 words?
2 words. If you're here, say something.
2
Let
words.
us know you're alive.
Oh no.
2 words. We miss you.
Yeah. I don't think we could start until 2 words is here.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Dylan asked us who could kick the furthest punt or could kick the furthest punt.
Well,
in our,
Mojo's
in here.
got. I don't
But
know.
I think
thinking
Mojo would kick all our asses. But
yeah. I don't know. Should we
Maybe
do a little
then. I don't know
contest?
about now.
Should we do we should do a little
punt
punt
contest?
pass and kick kind of
Okay.
deal.
Okay. We still
Well,
we gotta run a combine, a proper
We
little
do.
combine.
Apparently, you guys know Derek Kaufman, one of the attorneys at TMZ. Derek on the TMZ on TV show, TMZ Live. There was something this morning about him lifting. Devin, is Devin there? No. Oh, Devin, he is there, but he's probably busy. Devin, what was happening with Derek lifting? Was he lifting 225 or something?
Yeah, on the Smith machine.
Okay, so Derek's lifting 225 on the Smith machine. I think there's a thought the Smith machine does not count. So
Yeah, it doesn't.
I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, right. Or I wonder what you would need to add to have a comparable 250 on a bench with a barbell.
That's almost like comparing a leg press to a squat in a way.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're not having to stabilize the weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Right.
Power Ranger, we haven't seen. How's it going, brother? Welcome
would-
back.
Go Power
On a
Rangers.
Smith machine. What?
Yeah,
for
same.
sure.
I believe-
His favorite machine.
I've seen him. He hits the Stairmaster, and then he'll go run on the treadmill, and then sometimes he'll go back to the Stairmaster.
Really?
And
If
then,
you ever seen, I don't know if we can get him out. Derek has incredible calves. That's what I will say.
oh man, after all that
They're
stuff-
like, you know that Johnny Drama episode of Entourage? It's like that. It's like
I need to rewatch Entourage. That's a great show.
you were like, you were too young, surely, right?
Well, I've seen all of it.
Okay.
But I watched all of it like 2 years ago.
Okay. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah,
it's,
great
it's
show.
It's like one of the ultimate like bro shows. I feel
Yeah,
like like
great.
me and like all my roommates would watch it, and, after like classes and stuff. Power Ranger said hi, Mojo.
Hey-o.
Bo, Mr. Beast is leaving YouTube and going Hollywood. Is that true?
Mr. Beast is doing what?
He's going Hollywood. What do you?
What's that mean?
Bo, what are you talking about, man?
You don't just leave a platform like that with
Yeah.
that many followers.
Especially
most
when clearly
followers.
that's the future.
Yeah.
This, right? As opposed to
That would be like Michael Jordan leaving basketball to go play baseball
yeah,
or
that
something
would be stupid,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
He would never do that.
Oh my goodness. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. Like, when the whole Shohei interpreter thing went down, I was like, when are we going to see Shohei go to the NFL for a season as a quarterback, just for a season, then come back a year later?
Right. You probably could do it.
So he's lowering his standards to Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, honestly, he Hollywood's.
He could probably sell that channel for billions of dollars.
Easily. I mean, yeah, the amount of influence and outreach that has.
Okay, 245 to 275 is what AI thinks the Smith machine, the equivalent would be.
Oh, on just a regular flat bench?
Yeah, if you were to put 275 on the Smith machine, that would be equivalent to 225.
So I guess you're accounting for like 30 pounds of
Right.
having to stabilize.
Stabilize, yeah.
Oh, 2 words. All right, we can start now.
2 words here.
in.
Okay, all right, guys, let's go.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
2 words.
What's up, 2 words?
2 words. What comes next after 2 words? What are the 2 words?
I think it's something with suck. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Something
Some regarding
something
sucking.
like that.
David, welcome back, David. Good to see
David.
you.
I've lost 2 games in a row on my fantasy team here
I
after
haven't
winning
even
5
looked
in a
at my
row.
fantasy.
Really, it's that bad?
It's not good. It's really not good, man.
Yeah,
This is a bad year overall.
For you, yeah, it happens
Oh,
sometimes.
man, I mean,
I thought I
My
was
running
better.
backs just cooked me.
Really? I thought I had a better team than I did. Then it kind of looked at how many points I had scored, how many points I had allowed, or that my opponents had scored, and I found out that everyone was just having a bad week against me.
Yeah.
And now I'm.
That's kind of how mine has been. Is
Really?
everybody just has like kind of
A
bad
good-
weeks
a
against
bad
me?
week and
But
you
it's like
win?
I've won most of my games by like 5 or fewer points.
Really,
Yeah.
really close. You
not
just
been
feel like
good.
that's going to catch up with you at some point, right?
Yeah, and it has. I mean, I'm lucky if I break 100 right now. It's
Really?
not good. Yeah, the team is
PPR or
PPR. The team is just not like my running backs. I just don't have them. You know, it's like I had
Really?
Pacheco because I thought he was gonna have a big year. He sucks. David Montgomery, who was like, you know, I thought he was gonna be like a pretty good second, which he has been, but he's like my best running back. Let's see. Jamar Chase is good. That's about it.
Jamar Chase is good.
Sure he is.
Charles in third place. I'm in second in this TMZ league that we got here. Charles is in
How
third.
many people in it?
2. Just kidding.
Yeah.
There are 14, so we've got a big league. 14 teams. I am in second place, but I like I said, I think I've lost 2 in a row. I think I might be in some trouble after winning 7 in a row.
Okay, that's.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm at 500 right now.
Okay.
5-5,
All right.
you know.
You gonna make the playoffs?
I don't know about.
Not
We're
sure?
fighting. You know, we're
He
trying to
ain't that
stay
good.
alive. We're trying to stay alive right now.
Sure. Jason
That's
Beckerman.
Luka
you guys
we're
know
talking
Jason
about.
Beckerman. I think
Yeah,
he's
man.
gonna make it, Moj. I think Luka's gonna rally
Hey,
here.
Mojo, what do you mean by that, man?
No, just that you're a subpar performer is what I meant.
He's a little bitter.
Hey, okay, Mojo.
A little bitter.
Hey.
We got some water that being delivered
No,
here
it's
from
not
Madison.
bitter. It's more so me trying to find a rival for the show. So I
Mojo,
gotta
all I
talk
gotta
trash
say,
to everybody.
Mojo, all I
and
gotta
see how
say
it's
is, you know,
received.
those comments. You know, you're a former Packer. It takes one to know one, based off of that performance last night. You know.
See, it
Well, I
can't
didn't
be.
play in the game, Luka.
I know, but hey, that's your squad.
I didn't play in the
That's your.
And
That's your
actually, my
squad.
pick was correct because I said who was going to win.
I don't
but
remember
because
this. I don't
I'm
remember
an
him saying
integrity,
that.
quality human being.
I don't think
still
anybody.
took my
I
team
will-
anyways.
I'm Mojo. I don't know if you said that ever yesterday.
I
don't
did
think-
say it yesterday.
I don't think
Go back
you
and
did.
watch the stream back.
I think I might, because I don't think
No,
I
we're
don't think
definitely not gonna
anybody
watch
in
this
here heard you say the Eagles were gonna win.
Okay, all right, let's do this.
It's okay, Mojo. I accept your rivalry, Mojo.
I'm
Yeah, because
also not
Mojo and
scared
I
of
are
100
brothers. We
push-ups,
can't
Luka.
have a rivalry because we're like
Mojo,
related
I almost
to
feel
each
bad.
other.
I almost feel like I should knock out some push-ups too. You know, just out of feeling bad for you. You know.
Well, Ryan's listening. Ryan, you got the video of my push-ups. What are we doing
Oh,
with
you
it?
got it on video. Okay, I
Okay,
can't
well,
wait to see this.
Actually, it was funny because right as I hit start, I don't know if you can hear it, but Steve was like 5 minutes, live in 5. I was like, perfect. That's our time constraint.
And you did it
Of
in
course,
3.
I didn't even need nearly that much time
Right.
for 100 push-ups.
You had
but
90
whatever.
seconds left to spare.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You didn't even break a sweat.
Steven,
Makes me
welcome
wonder how
back,
many
Steven.
I could do in an hour, though.
All right, Babcock, you ready? We'll
sounds
start with
exhausting. Yeah.
Nico Harrison.
Do
Don't see him.
you good to walk or no? You are, okay. Okay, Steve, do you want me to walk?
You can
I'm
walk.
gonna stroll.
Yeah, you can
I
stroll.
might try something
Little
different. I might
stroll.
dance or
Maybe skip today.
moonwalk.
Yeah, do a little moonwalk.
Yeah.
Get a little moonwalk
Oh,
action.
moonwalk's good.
If I only knew how to moonwalk. that
Or you
would
could pull like what
be,
Lucas
like,
did that
awesome.
one intro is the little like, and
Like
welcome
that.
back to TMZ.
I could do that. I could do that. Okay, so February 2nd. February 2nd, they trade.
Power Ranger, you do push-ups, but it ain't getting you as big as Mojo's stacked arms. I mean, yeah, Mojo's, long time putting
Yeah.
in the work. Long
Wait
time
till you
putting in
see the
work.
push-up video, man. Triceps looking ginormous. I'm weight cutting right now before I go on this big trip where I'm gonna
Mojo's
gain
got
it
a
all
big cave
back.
planned.
I'm on the bulk right now, Mojo. I'm trying to get up to 185 right now.
185.
I'm
But
losing
I mean, for
20
my height,
so I
that's
can
not.
gain it back.
That's a little heavy for my height.
Yeah, 185.
I think like I
stocky.
was 168. I'm like 180 right now. So I'm getting up there.
You're getting there.
I'm working.
Where are you at these days, Mojo?
What did I just
All
weigh
muscle,
in
but-
at? I wrestled my whole career at 269, obviously.
Really? Right. Yeah. I wouldn't expect
Almost my whole
anything else.
career. I weighed in at 263 about a week and a half ago. I was like, this is too much going into a vacation. So now I'm low 250s.
Low 250. Okay.
Where are you
Super
going on
lean.
vacation, Mojo?
Lean and muscular.
We're going
Mojo
Japan, China, and South Korea.
Oh my, wow. That'll be so much
Jose
fun.
is here, guys.
We're
Ready
going to
go.
the sumo championships the last day, so I'm gonna have to get something for the show.
Oh yeah, I saw a sumo
Did you
match when I was
actually
in Japan in May.
Try it last
was
time,
awesome.
Mojo?
Try what?
Sumo?
What's up?
Did I try
Am I
it?
making that up?
No,
did,
I'm
did
saying
you
I
actually
saw a
wrestle
sumo
or
match
no?
in May when I was.
I've never done sumo. I've always
Oh.
wanted to see it. I've watched a bunch
did you
of
not even
stuff
see it?
on it.
I feel like I remember video of you
Oh,
with the
that's
sumo
right.
wrestler.
We did that thing. That wasn't actually doing it though.
Okay.
That was like kind of a fun little exhibition type thing.
I would love to see you do it. There was video of Michael Parsons and just getting dominated. Like could not move these guys at all. I was really
I
impressed. by
bet
that.
you there's not a lineman in the entire NFL on either side of the ball that
could
could
move
knock
them?
one of those dudes around.
I think you're
That's a
right.
whole different thing. And just like
Yeah.
I don't think those sumo dudes could come in and
Right.
play football and do that same
Right.
stuff. It's different.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. Okay. I don't know where Jose went. Jose, where are you? Is he ready? This is the best part of the day. Come on, Jose. Hey. There's Jose.
I love the wave.
Jose's the best. Right? The unicorn is missing, unfortunately, but it's okay.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
To everyone who served. Harvey
I gotta
served.
post something.
Okay, so yes, I don't have my slip, Steve. So it's so I'm tossing to him getting booed last night. Okay, and they lose to the Bucks. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. And that's the only. That's it, right? Okay. All right. Got it. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here. It took about a year, but Nico Harrison, the general manager of the Dallas Mavericks, has lost his job. He has officially been fired. Now, he was, of course, the guy who executed one of the craziest trades in NBA history. Remember, last February, Nico Harrison on a Friday night trades a 25-year-old Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis then promptly, I think it was his first game, literally gets injured. He does something to his groin. He doesn't play basketball. The Dallas Mavericks have a bad rest of the season. But then they get the first pick. They get the lottery. They win the lottery, and they're going to get Cooper Flagg. And you say, okay, with Kyrie, with AD, with Cooper Flagg, maybe they've actually got something going in Dallas. Well, the start to the year has been bad. And then Tuesday morning, Nico Harrison, no more. He gets fired. No
Essentially,
longer.
this is a decision that had to be made for the Mavericks organization to move forward. Despite what was going on, there was still the chance from the crowd every single night that they lost home court advantage, and that is a huge part of the NBA. So they decided, I mean, it was actually kind of funny, though you don't want to see anyone ever lose their job, but the fact that Shams Charania came out and said, oh, they're going to fire him in 2 hours. So Nico probably gets this alert and he goes, oh, I guess I'm out of the job, because they said that they're going to make it official. Michael Finley is coming in. He's going to be interim GM alongside Matt Riccardi, but the era is officially over. They can clean their hands, wash their hands of the Luka Doncic disaster, because he was the franchise player. He was the guy who was going to fill the shoes of Dirk Nowitzki, the guy who was going to lead them back to the Western Conference Finals and potentially the NBA Finals and another championship. He didn't allow that to happen over a trade that is still a lot of people in the fan base are scratching their heads over. They thought maybe Cooper Flagg could help him save his job, buy him some more time.
I thought it might.
They're 3-8 on the season, and they're ready to move on, and Nico's out of the job.
Yeah, I do think he could have survived this, Lucas, because there is some hope with Cooper Flagg, although I don't know that he does anything great, and I don't certainly think he's going to be an NBA superstar. I think he's going to be a good player. I just don't think you're talking about, Victor Wembanyama when you're talking about Cooper Flagg. But I think as the losses mounted in this early season, you can just feel it. As a matter of fact, last night as the Mavericks were playing the Bucks, these chants were pretty loud. Watch this. I mean, when you hear that last night, you've got to say to yourself, it's only a matter of time. There is no way that could have continued. What was the record, Lucas, did you say?
3-8.
3-8. So we're 11 games into the season. They've got 71 games left. That wasn't sustainable, Mojo. And Nico Harrison, he's out of a job right now. And I don't know. I mean, who hires this guy as an executive in the NBA? I don't think that team exists.
No, I wouldn't hire him right now.
No.
No way. This timeline, though, is interesting to me. I will say that. And I got to think a huge part of this had to have been because of the chance last night, right? Because, I don't know, if you're Nico Harrison, I can't imagine you make the Luka move without a conversation with your superiors, with your ownership, right? Like, I don't see that deal getting done without someone else above you signing off on that, right? And in that
100%.
case, they were in on that move together. So it's almost like joint blame with essentially Nico Harrison essentially being the scapegoat for this entire situation, right? So if your ownership, I can't imagine you're going to hold that entirely against him going into the season. A 3-8 start, there is a lot of basketball left. He's the GM. He's not the coach. His job is to handle personnel. The pieces are already placed. That is going to be your roster with minor changes for this season. Yep. So I don't know, dropping him now in what seemed to be a collaborative effort, that part was a little confusing to me until you factor in the fan base. If they're worried that this is just going to continue to domino, it's just going to be a downfall. This is now going to dip into your pockets. You need that public scapegoat to be taken out for ticket sales to rebound, for fans to regain confidence in the team. I guess it's that. And again, all of that kind of stems from the chants in the arena. Otherwise, the personnel moves were done. So, that timeline was a little bit, unusual to me. But, still crazy. I mean, look, this organization is going to be feeling the effects of these recent roster moves for a long time. And, what they've done in the short term, definitely not enough to fix the long term, I think.
Yeah, I think scapegoat is a good word because I agree with you. There is no way under the sun that Nico Harrison was allowed to trade Luka Doncic without getting the sign-off, the okay from ownership. That it just does not happen. There's not a universe where that's the way this goes. But he probably went to them and he recommended the move and said, this is what we need to do. So I think in a way they get rid of him and they can kind of close the chapter at least on Luka Doncic, and they can now move forward without Nico Harrison. Think about this. They had Micah Parsons on the Dallas Cowboys, and they had Luka Doncic on the Dallas Mavericks. Those are two of the most dynamic and young players in the NBA and in the NFL, and they traded both of them away. It's shocking. You don't get generational talents like that. They don't grow on trees. Dallas had two of them. Now they've got none of them.
That's like one of those roster moves that can make an entire league fan base unanimously hate a franchise.
Well, that's what they say is that is Nico Harrison immediately just turned the entire fan base against the Mavericks. I have a.
Yeah, because there was no talk about it either. I think it was. I remember seeing that. Like, I was shocked.
There was no. I mean,
Luka
that
Doncic.
was probably one of the biggest trades I've ever experienced, like in my
Yeah,
life. Like,
oh,
probably
no.
the biggest, honestly.
Yeah.
Was here, because like you said, like you put
honestly,
it
though,
perfectly.
in mine too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you put it perfectly. Like that's a Luka Doncic players, like whether it's in any league, right? Like having a guy that young, that dynamic at the age he's at doesn't happen. Like,
Right.
The last person before that was probably what, like LeBron James coming into the league.
Like that. I think so.
And it's like having
you
a
take
guy
AD
that
who's significantly older. You know what I mean?
it just all my friends who are from I have like for some reason a lot of people from Dallas went to my school, and a lot of my friends in college were all like just I'm never watching the Dallas Mavericks again. I don't want to watch them.
bad.
Like even when they got the first pick, they were like, okay, cool, Cooper Flag. But I think a lot of people are a little bullish on Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
It's like he was a good whatever high school player,
Yeah.
but like other than that, it's not really.
Yeah, he doesn't
anything
do
crazy.
anything great. I think that's the thing
Yeah,
with him. It's
he's just
what
like
does
a
he do?
good
Great. He can't-
athlete.
Yeah, he's a good athlete. He's not a good shooter though.
No.
He definitely needs to improve his
Yeah,
shooting.
his handle's not that
Right? Yeah.
awesome. Like
yeah.
he's
I think he'll be a good player. I just don't think he's
no,
gonna be
he'll be one of those number
player.
one picks that's like, he's going to be a starter
Yeah.
through his career, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be
Yeah.
a first team All Pro or not first team All Pro, first team All NBA.
That's what's unfortunate about this for Nico Harrison because it's just a matter of what year you have that number one pick,
Yeah.
and if it was
I
with
would've-
the Wembanyama, then that's I mean, you're probably. I think it completely derailed my train of thought there. I have no idea what I was going to say, guys.
I mean, bottom line is like I think Cooper Flag, this entire franchise, does not turn as harshly against management, against ownership. If Cooper Flag is averaging 18 points per game, 11 rebounds per game right now.
What is he? What is he doing? I know he's not doing that.
Let's see.
But he did have his best game last night, which is ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, the numbers are not bad. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, he's 15 points, 6 rebounds. I mean, he's having a fine campaign for, like, it would have been, like, if he was doing the same thing VJ Edgecombe is doing for the Sixers, then people are like, he's a dynamic, which also crazy steal by the Sixers who were shopping that pick before, but.
Yeah. I thought I was going to say that back then when Luka was in the draft, I think people were down on European players.
Yeah.
They thought they were soft. They never pan out.
Well, Jokic
He's
hadn't
panned
quite
out.
ascended completely yet,
Exactly.
and
I don't
now
think
it's
that
like
exists
the
anymore.
Euros run the league.
Yeah, there's no problem drafting those guys now at the top of the draft.
It's funny because it's you watch these European players play. They have such a different play style than like how American players like. They're so much more technical and like
They are,
decisive with how they play.
Yeah.
Versus like the kind of herky jerky like.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah.
that's not good. Like
No,
a lot
it's
of the
different. It's
just a
different.
different style. It's
Right.
very
Maybe there's more like pure athleticism in the American game.
Yeah.
So it's different.
No, it definitely is. I
Yeah,
think
right.
like a lot more athletic
Yeah.
here, and then because I mean I don't think anybody is gonna go and say that Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic is. What is this? sounds like
Guys,
sounds like
now
chips.
someone's eating chips or something.
What's going on?
I am begging.
Yeah. What is?
Stop.
This is like crazy. Mojo. I watched probably one of the, and I'm trying my best, Mojo, to be up on the Wizards. I really am, but I watched one of the worst games I've ever seen in my entire life last night, on my phone while also watching the Eagles game. When we lost to the Detroit Pistons in overtime, when we got a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left in the game, and freaking Cade Cunningham
Brutal.
shoots 45 shots. Oh my gosh, I can't do
Brutal.
it anymore. I can't do it anymore, man. It sounded like someone had a leaf blower. 2 words. Yeah, I don't know what was going.
Can you guys hear that too?
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone can hear. All right. As long as we're all suffering
Yeah, I mean
together.
that was crazy.
Because we don't, misery loves company.
Yep. Kevin, Nico's gonna have to go to collegiate sports. I think so. I don't know any.
I don't know,
any
dude.
big franchise.
Do
that,
they?
Oh, hi, Dylan.
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 Do
Talk about Grayson
How-
Allen's stat line from yeah, Grayson Allen actually did play. Dylan, I'll give you that. That was a pretty just a random Grayson Allen 42-point game. 10 for 15 from 3.
12 for 7. Wow. 10
No, he
for
played.
15.
Yeah, he played.
Sheesh.
Just I mean the Suns.
He scored 42 points. And
Yeah.
That's a.
Some efficiency. The
Shit,
Suns
you're not
actually are kind
kidding.
of like a sneaky. I think it's because they got
Yeah.
rid of all the drama a little bit with like KD and stuff, but they're like kind of fun. I don't know what their record is.
Yeah. What a game. That's the most efficient game I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. So in 28 minutes, he scores 42 points on 12 of 17 shooting, 10 for 15 from 3.
Yeah.
Good golly.
That's a heat
That's a
check.
game right there.
CMG spray paint can sounds. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. That
What do
was
we-
Telling you, Jose cracked the code and took over the stream.
no Jose definitely he hacked the
Jose
mainframe on
is-
that and that was just trolling us. Oh,
I talked
Daly.
to Jose earlier today. He was pumped. He was ready.
We need the chat was saying earlier that we need to get him like a theme song.
Oh, okay. All right,
So-
we'll work
Oh, he
on
gets
that.
entrance music? He gets the Tron graphic and all that?
Yeah, sorry Mojo. He's the real star of the show.
He really is.
Everybody in the chat
He's the most
started
beloved,
freaking
right?
out when they saw Jose. And I love it. And I love
Jose's
that.
the most beloved. He told me earlier today his favorite animal is a polar bear. So that's
Nice.
just
Oh, what's your favorite animal,
FYI.
Babcock?
Oh, don't get me going here. Oh no.
Like
Tawan just broke the printer.
I've seen Mojo over there getting some reps in too.
Where?
Look at Tawan. Mojo's doing push-ups. Tawan broke the printer.
What is going on right now? There's
Yeah, someone's eating
chaos.
chips.
What screen is that over
That's
there?
Ryan's computer, Ryan's desk. Okay, that's got to be sped up. Is that sped up, Mojo?
No,
Is that
that's
sped
how I
up?
do my push-ups regular.
Oh,
That's about the speed
I like
I
the
do
little
my push-ups.
preview.
Yeah, that was sorry Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
ASMR stream. I don't know if that's the type of ASMR we want to be pushing out here.
Listen,
but
I love ASMR.
you did have this
It's not
conversation.
sexual. Most of the time. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's not. It's not. Depending on who the ASMR artist is.
The ASMR artist.
I've been watching ASMR forever.
Describe what this is to
Okay.
the layperson.
Look at that. Steve. We've got another Steve just right. Always got the smoothest.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah. Oh, he just said he was just talking to me.
Oh.
He said we're going to do Micah Parsons, but I mentioned Micah Parsons already.
True.
Um, yeah.
Babcock, real quick. What's
Yeah.
what's that favorite
animal? Probably a lion.
Okay, I
Yeah,
can
that's
see that.
cliche,
you have like
right?
a mane, a lion's mane.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I've been known to watch an animal video here and there.
I know. I
know,
watched. You showed me a
like
very cool bear
every
video
night.
the other day.
And when I go home from here and I just YouTube animal videos
That's
of
a
like
good-
animals hunting.
There's worse things you could go home and do, than
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
watch some
there
cool
is.
animal
my,
videos.
my
Yeah.
algorithm on my Facebook is all
Yeah.
screwed up now because I watched a video of like a snapping turtle
Right.
devouring something.
Oh, that sounds good.
you
Send
ever
that to
see
me,
how
Mojo.
fast they snap?
Those
So I
things will take
watched
your
that.
finger off.
Oh yeah, the heads just like shoot
Oh,
out.
yeah, this thing will take your finger off.
And then like I watched a couple more, and then now I have all these like animal assault videos that
That's
pop
the
up
problem.
of
I
like
have a crazy
lions
animal
eating
assault video.
gazelles and like all
Or-
kinds of horrible things and
Oh,
snakes.
Some of the stuff I
get it to
can't
stop.
watch. Some of
Remind
the
me,
stuff is bad.
remind me after this when I was riding horses on Saturday. I saw Sunday. I saw something animal on
Oh, no,
animal
really?
crime. That was crazy.
Nature is very cruel.
But chat, let us know what your favorite animal is,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about it in the next. Next break.
Nature is very, very cruel.
Oh, very cool.
Nature is Scary is a crazy Twitter account.
Is that? All right, I got to check that out, too. Surprised I haven't heard about these things. Okay, Steve, Monday Night Football, Marshawn Nealon,
Yeah,
Micah
Marshawn
Parsons.
Leland, you
Okay.
mentioned Micah Parsons.
Okay.
So we'll talk about Micah.
so moving on.
They did a tribute before the game.
Okay.
He seemed emotional. And then also the Cowboys held a team meeting.
Okay, that's no sound, right?
No sound here
okay.
at all.
Lucas? Lucas Ray? Micah to Green Bay.
Yeah, and they were teammates
Okay.
obviously last year up until the trade, before the season.
Okay. Am I in a good spot? Madison, you want me to move over? I'm good? Okay. Okay. All right, Steve, I'm good. Oh, God. All right, speaking of Micah Parsons, who, of course, was traded from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons last night playing Monday Night Football, Lucas, is part of his new team. Of course, the Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the game wasn't a whole bunch of offense, a lot of defense, not much offense, not much scoring. The Eagles end up winning the game 10-7. I want to talk about what happened, though, before the game. We talked last week about this just horrible Marshawn Kneeland story. Of course, Marshawn was the 24-year-old second-year player, defensive lineman, who seemingly took his life via the gunshot wound, self-inflicted gunshot wound in Frisco, Texas. Remember, there was the accident, and they were trying to find him. It's just a horrible, horrible story. Well, the Cowboys were on a bye week last week, Lucas, so, nobody was – Steve, I'm sorry. Redo. Start over. Because this does not make sense, because I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. I'm sorry, guys. I sometimes mess up. First time.
Actually, never you have. This is the first time for the TMZ stream.
History has been made, right? History has been made. Because I want to talk about the moment of silence before I do the Cowboys. So it doesn't make sense otherwise. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go. Yeah, no, I definitely will. I just started going to the Cowboys, and I don't want to talk about the Cowboys meeting until I do the Micah stuff, because the Cowboys didn't play in the game. Okay, all right, let's do it again. All right, speaking of Micah Parsons playing Monday Night Football last night. Of course, Micah no longer on the Dallas Cowboys, but the Green Bay Packers were taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the game had a lot of defense, not a whole bunch of offense, and certainly not a lot of scoring. The Eagles ended up beating the Packers 10-7. I want to talk about, Lucas, though, what happened before the game. So there was and this happened across the entire league this weekend. There was a moment of silence where the players, where the staff got to remember Marshawn Kneeland. Now, I think this was even more important, Lucas, to Micah Parsons, because, of course, Marshawn Kneeland was the 24-year-old second-year player with the Dallas Cowboys who lost his life last week, as we have covered. Marshawn and Micah were teammates, not anymore because of Micah being on the Packers, but still a guy that he had a relationship with, a guy he was close with. They were on the same defensive line together. And last night, then, because of that, Micah Parsons, that moment of silence, it was special to him, and he got down on one knee and he said a little prayer, and it was clear that this was something that has really touched the NFL star.
Right, and Monday also marked the first day back at the facility for the Cowboys, and Solomon Thomas opened up about what that was like. He said it was a very hard day, but Brian Schottenheimer, who's the head coach of the Cowboys, did an amazing job of bringing everyone together and giving them the resources that they needed in order to cope with what had happened. This is a teammate, a brother, a friend that they had lost, and he really commended them for bringing in independent psychologists as well as therapists and anyone who was, able to help them out in a situation like that. And Solomon actually said via the Cowboys website, he was extremely proud of Coach for how he conducted today, just bringing therapists in the building, bringing people who we needed in the building, and just letting us be our true emotions, giving us a safe place to let everyone know what's going on inside. We needed a day just to be human and to cry and to let everyone know how we felt. And Solomon Thomas is someone who was actually personally impacted by suicide as well.
Oh, really?
He lost his sister and actually founded a charitable effort in her honor to help the youth as well as minorities who might be struggling, to give them avenues and resources to help them through troubling times. And they had an event Monday night, and he said, look, if you guys want to come through, great. If not, I completely understand. And he said several teammates actually joined him and helped him in that cause. So it looks like the Cowboys are really rallying together in something that is absolutely devastating and tragic for them.
Yeah, and anyone out there, and I've already seen comments, why do the guys need psychiatrists, or why do they need help? Why do they need to talk to people? Like you said, this is a brother of theirs. This is somebody who they spent day in, day out, hours and hours upon hours, not just a teammate, but and not even just a friend, but more like a brother. And you can imagine that the entire football team is devastated. And yeah, this is the type of thing that, as tragic as it is, you could see it bringing the football team together. And like Lucas said, Solomon And I'm sure his teammates appreciate that the Dallas Cowboys and that Coach Schottenheimer handled this the way he did. It's a horrible story. Rest in peace to Marshawn Kneeland. Yep, that's a very, very tough story still. Yeah. So.
I mean, hopefully, like the Cowboys, can come back off the bye. Even, I think mutually we can agree is a couple of guys who are not, you could say fans of the Dallas Cowboys. I hope that they can, be able to bounce back from something like that.
Exactly.
That's definitely be
there's
able to go
football
out.
and there's life, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's never more deep than that.
No,
it's like
right. I get it. We all care about this, and you think you live and die with these games, but then something like this happens, you're like, okay, and
it's way bigger than that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hope coming off the bye that they can. I'll never say this, but hope they can go get a win and hopefully like rally around their their guys. I'm not sure who they play. Let me see. This is week 11 right now.
Yeah.
Dang, the season's flying by. They play the Raiders. So
they played a Raiders. Okay, there you go.
That's a very winnable game.
Very, very.
Oh well, to brighten the mood just a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear about what I witnessed on on Sunday?
Yeah, what'd you get?
So we're at this ranch in Hollywood called Sunset Ranch, where they do like horseback riding stuff. And on the ranch, there's like little ranch dogs running around, chickens, ducks, all this stuff that just are walking around doing all that. And the chickens were very small, like the roosters and the chickens were very like small little chickens, and this little chicken is sitting there on the ground, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's like so cute, it's just like chilling. And this rooster comes up, and I had never seen anything like this before. The rooster jumps up on the chicken's back and just starts going to town on this little chick. And I was like, what did I just watch happen?
Nature.
I watched how baby chicks are made, and it was seriously so like, it was aggressive. It was very aggressive. It was.
I feel so bad.
When we introduced the idea of this live stream, it went differently than I thought it was going to go.
Did you think we were going to talk about crazy animal videos?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this before I got my live shot. Okay. Short.
Which one is this?
Brian Dable replacement.
Oh.
Brian Dable. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Of course, New York Giants head coach Brian Dable was fired yesterday. This after another double-digit fourth quarter collapse for the G-men. So Brian Dable, after 3.5 seasons at the helm, he gets fired 20-40-1. Now the question becomes, Mojo, who is the next head coach of the New York Giants? There's a lot of names being thrown out there. Somebody who has an idea of who could be the right fit, the right guy for this job. We've had in New York a bunch of coaches who have not had a bunch of success, I think 4 in a row now. Mojo, I talked to Rashad Jennings yesterday. Rashad Jennings, who was with the Giants for a couple of years, was a nice running back, good running back in New York City. He's got an idea for the hire. Take a look.
I don't see anybody that's just a must-have right this second. I think Jackson Dart is a special player. I think he's going to develop to be one of the top guys. He's going to be in the top 10, top 5 arguments over the next couple of years. So you got to bring in somebody that got a good offensive mind to help him, but somebody that's going to lock down the defense, man. Out of all the coaches that have coached, I wouldn't be surprised if they asked Spags to come back to lock down that defense and get an offensive-minded coordinator to take over the offense.
So there it is, Steve Spagnuolo. Steve Spagnuolo, who has won Super Bowls as the defensive coordinator in New York. Mojo, he obviously has had an incredible amount of success then after the Giants with the Kansas City Chiefs, where he runs that defense, which is one of the better defenses in the league. And Rashad says, bring Spagnuolo in. Spags coaches the team. You get a guy who is an offensive-minded coach to be the coordinator, and off you go.
Hey, I do love defensive coaches, so there's that. But, I mean, this move could make a lot of sense. He was the most recent Giants coach, you know? So there's that. He's familiar with the area. He's probably familiar with the talent. They've done incredible things over in Kansas City. That goes without saying. Won multiple Super Bowls over there, but also being able to study under Andy Reid, who's been one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. I mean, this is all rounding out a resume, but this is a guy that has an unbelievable amount of experience, has been in the game forever. So I don't know. I think this one makes a lot of sense. I don't know if there's a surefire winner, to Rashad's point. I think I agree with that assessment right there, but this does make all the sense in the world. But I'm not going to comment too much about this, Babcock. That's your squad. That's your team. That's your boys. So I want to hear more about your opinion, buddy.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea. I like the idea of Spags over a lot of the other coordinators who have been named. I mean, I've seen people go as far to say Robert Saleh should be the head coach, as if we didn't watch what happened with the New York Jets and Robert Saleh the last couple of years. So some of these names are wild to me. I think I prefer somebody who has got some head coaching experience. I think that's something I would probably look for here going forward. I know Mike McCarthy, speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy has had his name thrown out there. Nobody standing out as the must hire at this point, Mojo. There are some guys who have jobs in the league right now whom I'd love to have. I mean, Sean Payton, somebody like that, but that ain't going to happen. There are coaches. What do you think, Sean?
What about Bill Belichick?
Nah.
Why
Too
not?
old.
Nah, bruh.
Come here.
What?
Bill Belichick to me, if it's not Bill Belichick, the greatest coach ever, it's Vince Lombardi. He's one of the two best coaches ever. He's just mid-70s, and I think he's just too old.
What if him and Jordan break up? What about then?
Well,
Yeah, we don't
no.
need that energy.
we don't need her.
Honestly, the Wags would have made her. You need to go.
Right.
They don't play at that in New York.
Jordan, Jackson. I mean, no. I love Bill Belichick. I think greatest coach ever. But just
He was asked about
past
it.
his time.
Was he asked about
it?
at his press
Oh,
conference.
what'd
He
he
was
say?
asked about it. He kept the UNC football, so he didn't answer. He kind of dodged the question.
Really? Okay. Obviously, if you're a New York Giants fan, you know that under Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick back in the day was the coordinator for the New York Giants, and they had a ton of success. So he's got ties to the team. He's got ties to the Mara family. But at a certain point, 75 years old.
And he has ties to Super Bowl wins.
He does have ties to Super Bowl wins. That is true.
Granted, Jackson's not Brady,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know,
He does
got
have
the swag.
ties.
He got
Yeah.
the swag. Right, Danny?
I didn't know he was asked about it.
Swag.
Yeah, I just saw that.
That's
Danny, safe.
Yeah.
what's Bill, 73? You don't want Bill Belichick, Danny, do you? Daniel King. Is it time?
I saw some website say that, like, for actionable odds, that Mike McCarthy was the favorite to get the coaching job.
That wouldn't shock me.
What do you think about that one, Babcock?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I feel like McCarthy's a good coach. I don't love him, but I think he's a solid coach. He's an actual head coach.
That was my coach in
think
Green
so?
Bay.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. Mike McCarthy's exciting anybody. Is it exciting you?
No, either.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, Dallas is fun, but like, I always laugh at them for first-round exits.
Right.
Lucas and Mojo, while
Right.
Babcock goes to talk to Washington, D.C., let's do a quick segment. Sydney Sweeney, she wants to box. There's somebody willing to coach her, train her.
Yeah, right. That's probably a problem. Gruden's a good name. The only thing I just don't feel like Gruden's a New York Giants kind of guy. I have no problem with it. I just don't think he's a Giants kind of coach.
He wants like.
Yeah. By the way, I have a theory that and I pray he's okay and he's going through a cancer battle right now. I do think that John Mara's illness is part of the reason why Joe Shane has his job still.
Interesting.
Because
I
I
didn't
think
think about
he can head up the search and John Mara doesn't have to then do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
This is welcome back. I'll say goodbye.
How long you want here, Steve? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. Sydney Sweeney says she's down to take a celebrity charity boxing event after training her butt off to play Christy Martin in the new biopic Christy. And there is someone who is down to be in her corner if she does decide to do that. And that is none other than Claressa Shields, the GOAT, the greatest female boxer to date. And here is what she told TMZ Sports about the possibility.
Sydney Sweeney's playing Christy Martin.
Yeah.
And she recently said like she might be down to fight. She said like she might be doing like something for charity, you know, she might be down for something like that. Would you recommend it?
I think every woman should get into a fight. I don't know. That's just how my mind works. I think everybody should experience one, win, lose, or draw. But if she played Christy Martin and I heard she did even made back in her younger years, hell, why not? And if she needs some help training, girl, call me. I'll give you some GOAT tips. I'm happy that Christy Martin got her biopic. She deserves it. Yeah. And I think in women's boxing, we're probably the only two that have one. Is it me and Christy? And they're like $1 Million Baby, but those aren't real.
Those ain't real.
Right? No, real biopics about real people, I believe, is myself and Christy Martin. So congrats to Christy.
I don't know about you, Mojo, but it sounds like an absolute no-brainer to me.
Well, hold on a second here. Did Claressa say she was going to train her or just call her and give her some tips? That part wasn't totally clear to me. I need some clarification because if we're just talking about a phone call and dropping some knowledge, I don't know if that's going to be enough for essentially a first-time boxer. But if we're talking about getting in there, getting your hands dirty, getting in the trenches, well, hey, man, I don't know if you can think of a better coach right here because that is an undefeated boxer. A lot of mainstream entertainment value there, too. So she kind of speaks Sydney's language on the entertainment front. So that probably would help with the learning curve and being able to reach the talent that you're coaching up. But, I mean, I think this is a heck of an offer, man. If she's serious about taking a fight, which she's got to be pretty gassed up from training for this movie for so long and portraying that character and really getting in the mind of Christy, then that could make a lot of sense. I mean, you know, if she takes a fight, that following is going to be mega. Everyone is going to tune in for it to see how she's going to do. For some to see her get knocked out, others will be rooting for her. I mean, look, man, like that's what happens when you have these celebrity matchups. Think about Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. I mean, that would be the biggest fight in the history of fights, just in terms of appeal. Obviously, that would be the worst fight of all time, technically, but that's neither here nor there. So I think she should give her a call Claressa and find out how much she's willing to help.
And we're going to have to stay tuned to see if Sydney Sweeney gives Claressa Shields a call. And people will have to tune in on Wednesday, Mojo, where it's going to be
the best show since today. I've done that in a little bit. Nice, Lucas. Keeping me on my toes over here. Hey, we didn't air my push-up video, Ryan. Why'd I do all that work?
You guys ready for it?
I was
You ready to
just
see
kidding.
these push-ups?
Well, we have a couple minutes to fill
let's
on
do
the
it.
stream, right? All right, Luca, here you go.
I'm ready. Alrighty. Oh, got a little pupper in the back.
Yeah, Pup was also upset. Look at the triceps, guys. I haven't even started my push-ups yet, and the arms just look crazy.
Is that
All right.
sped up? No. Is that actually
That's
your
not
speed?
sped up, no. We had to do this in a condensed way. There was audio on this. I was narrating some of it. Well, actually, I was narrating in between, I think.
You would make Chris Gronkowski proud.
Nah, he
Wow.
probably would get tired at about like 10. I think I'm on like 80 or 90 or something right now. No, I took my first break at 40.
At 100. He said 3.5 minutes.
They do look sped up though, right?
He just did 40 the first time.
And then I don't remember what I did the second set, but I know by the end of the third set it was
wow.
69. All right, now this might be sped up.
That's
Actually, no, that's regular. Just kidding. That part was sped up a little bit. There you go, man. There's your 100.
Oh.
All right, this is clearly the last set because I'm slowing down a bit. Huh, huh, huh. Man of my word.
Yes, sir. Pleasure
This
doing
has got to be
business with you.
100 coming up. What's that?
I said pleasure doing business with you.
There's your 100.
What'd you say there at the end?
I don't remember. I think I was like wrapping up quick because I think we had just, I had to like get set up or whatever.
Well, that was awesome. Good job. That's very impressive to do that many in that short amount of time.
Yeah, man. The last time someone did 100 push-ups on the show, it took them like an hour and some change. Just saying.
That's true. I do think I could do it in under 20 minutes.
Dude, come on. 20 minutes?
I mean, I couldn't do it
That's
in 3.5 minutes.
5 push-ups every minute.
You're like, okay, well, 5 push-ups every minute. Is it?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Have loftier goals, man.
Yeah, you're okay. Shit, all right. I could do 10 minutes. I think if I took like I would need to take a break in between every 20. I think. But I'll try. I'm gonna try tonight at the gym. I'm gonna see how fast I can do them.
Do it in 5 minutes. 20 a minute.
20 a minute. Man, that's just
Film it though.
Okay.
I filmed mine, so there was proof.
Okay, I'll try my best after at the gym after this. You missed Mojo's push-up video, Babcock.
Oh, I missed it? I gotta see this.
Well, I mean, if you got like 15 seconds, you could watch the whole thing in regular speed if you wanted. Of all 100.
It was Broken BB said, good job, Mojo. Yo, Power Ranger said, yo, that neck muscle isn't like Brock Lesnar's
Back,
yet.
look at the monitor.
I used to have it though. I'm retired now.
Mojo
so
making it look
leave me
easy.
alone.
Yeah, he definitely made it look easy.
Was he just beasting them?
He's right there.
Oh. Oh, look at that.
That's impressive.
I used to have
This is
huge trap
impressive.
muscles, if that's what they're talking about.
I think that's what he was saying.
Let me see if I can find it.
Broken, we better see a video. All right, I'll see what I can do after at the gym today. But today's arms. You know, it's not. I don't want to do too much chest action.
However, I will say Luka didn't lose any bets, so he doesn't have to
That's
do any
true.
push-ups.
That's true. But but Mojo, since this rivalry is beginning, we'll have to do more bets.
Well, then I think you want to pick your spots because you're definitely not going to beat the time I put up. So
Hey,
that
no
just
one
opens
was
the door
claiming
for
that.
me to bury you.
Push-ups too.
Oh, that's great for him. I mean, he got a little. He didn't really do full rotation there at the end, but
No, a little-
he didn't get
yeah.
all the way up. He was getting a little lazy there at the end, but. He's got a little death stare through the monitor.
What's this? Let me see. What's?
I only had 2 minutes.
What's
Oh yeah,
Put that
oh,
picture
wow,
on the
that's
screen for anyone that wants to talk
Wow.
about traps.
that's
Traps and tries was the
Oh, my
mojo.
goodness.
Hold
that's-
on, the focus. It's out of focus. Somebody's gonna have
What's
to
that,
rip it
popcorn
and put it
kernel?
on the
Look
screen.
at that.
I sent it to Steve and Ryan though.
Look at those muscles.
that's impressive.
Yeah, that was a little bit better. Looking like a freaking Ninja Turtle in that
He
photo.
It did look like a Ninja Turtle. I can't.
I got that.
Yeah, you
I know, you just wear like hoodies and stuff all the time. so
you're
we
wearing
can't
that
tell.
collared shirt that
'Cause
kind of
you're a
covers,
humble
it kind
guy,
of droops over
Babcock.
the traps a little
Yeah.
bit.
If you see, look at that.
I'm vain and insecure. That's why I wear
Look
no
at that.
sleeves so I can flex.
Oh, man.
Oh wow.
It's pretty
Yeah,
much.
baby.
It's pretty identical to that picture.
I think
almost the
Mojo's a
same.
little smaller, but
Yeah, Mojo might be
you
a
know,
little
maybe
smaller.
it's just my eye. All right, now I feel horrible about my body, so I'll just.
Babcock.
As I should.
No, man. Well, Babcock, I mean, you know, the first thing you eat when you come in is some nerd clusters,
Right,
you
that's
know?
my problem, I think.
Is the
I
nerd
think
clusters?
That's my problem.
You need to find like a protein
Tell me
nerd
if you
cluster.
think these taste off today. These too soft.
See. Oh shoot, gotta get.
See, yeah, hurry up. Is it in my head?
Peace.
Maybe they were
I
melted
think they're in
before.
your head. We'll see you guys.
All right, bye guys.